now. And so then once our system is more free and we there's more clarity around what's going on and where we are, you're still here. There's still bombs and shit that happen, but there's peace that passes any understanding. It shouldn't even be there, but it is.
Mm.
You know, on paper you should have no peace, but you do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. I
know,
mean, I'm definitely aware of the pitfalls that can come across our paths. Uh, and that's why because of where I am today, and I'm not in any way, I'm not even saying I'm any type of awake, but understanding that Joel's death was a teaching moment, um, and that even without control, I can find calm in the
amen,
storm.
amen, amen.
I guess all that puts together, and I just hadn't put it all. And I think so many of these topics we have, control not being any exception, is again it's just a symptom. This shit shows up. Um, we're trying to control people, outcomes, or timing, and we got stress and frustration. We're damaging relationships. Like we can't figure out what the fuck's going wrong, and tighter we're holding on, the more shit's slipping out of our hands, and it comes at the cost of being very rigid. We lose the ability to adapt. We have again relationship strain, and that's where I think a lot of it shows up for us. Uh, and I think all of us resist being controlled, and so many of us are doing what we've learned again, completely walking around in a body that we're completely unfamiliar with, trying to find some peace by buying shit and being nice to others, and we're just not finding any traction. And, and I think it shows up in relationships, whether you can find yourself in a relationship, whatever that is, if that's friendships, if that's other sex, if that's same sex, but intercourse, all that, when you find it, and that's, I think, when it really hits us in the face. And then with our children, if you've had children, I think a lot of lessons can be learned there because of the unconditional love that comes with having children, um, and the battle that goes on with having kids. And so I feel like all that is signals and signs that point to shit ain't all right. And when you say, well, I got this, no, you don't got this. These are the problems. And kind of a surface level, again, to Jason's point, it's really about finding self, emotional intelligence, understanding your emotions, understanding how to navigate them, letting life come through you, and you just experience it up, down, left, right, doesn't matter. Just let it roll. That way you don't have baggage and all that. That's the deeper point on all of these. But we try to give some answers that you could just start helping identify what the fuck's going on in your life. So control versus responsibility. Control being trying to manage everything, responsibility owning your actions. And that's what we can control. So you control how you show up, but you're not going to control the outcomes. And so as a mental exercise, what you can do is in a situation, think, what am I attempting to control here? What is my responsibility in this scenario? And then what do I need to let go of? So we're going to be focusing on the effort, preparation, and communication, and releasing the outcomes, others, and the timing.